And now the next case.
Parties on Mitchell versus Witt. Step forward, please.
22-year-old nursing assistant Tina Mitchell wants her ex-boyfriend, Coy Witt, 26, to pay her medical bills after she crashed on his motorcycle. Coy wants Tina to pay for the damages to the bike.
Miss Mitchell, how old are you?
22.
Do you work?
Yes.
What do you work for?
Adrian Convalescent Center.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a CNA.
What is that?
Certified Nurse's Assistant.
So you're a working 22-year-old adult?
Yes.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 27.
You work?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I do heating and air conditioning.
You were dating or something, had some sort of relationship with him?
Yes.
He has a motorcycle?
Yes.
You got on his motorcycle?
Yes.
Had an accident, right?
Yes.
Was seriously injured?
Yes.
Had a lot of medical bills?
Yes.
You were riding this motorcycle by yourself?
Yes.
You want him to pay your medical bills?
Yes.
You, 27 years old, let her use your motorcycle?
Yes, I did.
She had an accident?
Yes, she did.
You want her to pay for the damage to your motorcycle?
Correct.
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You knew I shouldn't have been on that bike. You knew it. And you let me get on it anyway.
You're a big girl. Like a kid in a candy store that wants it, you keep on telling them no, finally,
well,
here, go for it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tina Mitchell wants her ex-boyfriend, Coy Witt, to pay the medical expenses after she crashed his motorcycle. Coy wants her to pay for the motorcycle.
Why do you think he should pay your medical bills?
Because he didn't have insurance on his bike at the time that I had the wreck.
Let us assume we lived in a kinder, gentler time and there was no insurance. Let's talk a little bit here about personal responsibility. Did he force you to get on this motorcycle?
No, ma'am.
Tell me how it came about that you got on the motorcycle.
On our first date, he came to pick me up on his motorcycle, and I made it known to him that, I've always enjoyed bikes. And I told him that, someday I'd like to learn to ride. And he told me that he would be more than glad to help me. And he did a couple times, show me basically what to do. Never really took me out on it, just showed me what to do. On June 2nd, he let me take it out by myself.
What do you mean he let you?
Well, I asked him if I could take his bike, and he said yes.
You, 22 years, you could take out his motorcycle by yourself?
Yes.
Continue. You could take out his motorcycle by yourself?
Yes.
Continue.
I was out for about 15, 20 minutes, and I was heading back to his home. I was at a four-way stop sign, and somebody started to take off at the same time as I did. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, and I took off too quickly, hoping to get across the intersection before the other car did. And I don't know if I jumped the bike or what exactly happened. All I know is that the bike fell to the left, and I went to the right. I caught my leg on the kickstand peg underneath the neutral switch, and it shredded my leg open. And I was taken to the hospital from there, where he had told the doctors there and signed the insurance forms, signed everything, claiming responsibility.
Somebody had to claim responsibility, otherwise they wouldn't have taken care of you, right? Right?
Right.
I didn't sign anything, Your Honor.
Your signature is on file on the papers from the doctor.
Well, can I see that?
Right there, it tells that his signature is on file.
Can I see it, please?
I'd like to see them too, Your Honor, to see if that's my signature, if so.
Let me see. Let me just see. Could you... It says, it's typed in, signature on file.
Right, that was from...
It's typed in. Hey, get out of here. Now, Mr. Witt.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me why you think she should pay for the damage to the bicycle that you let her ride?
Well, I let her ride the bike, and basically I told her if she wanted to ride it, she had to ride it at her own risk.
No, just a minute. Are you trying to tell me, sir, that you said to this gal that you were dating, if you ride this bike, you are riding it at your own risk?
Yes, I did.
Look over here.
Yes, I did.
Not in this life.
No,
Not in this life. Now, you gave her a couple of lessons on this bike.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel perfectly comfortable with her riding it?
No, I still not felt.
Oh, good. You didn't feel comfortable.
But
just a minute. You didn't feel comfortable with her riding the bike, but you let her ride it anyway.
Yes, because I told her if she wanted to ride it, she had to ride it at her own risk.
Did those words ever pass his lips?
No, ma'am.
Of course not.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
All right, Miss Mitchell, you rode the bike. That's a very foolish thing to do unless you're really thoroughly acquainted with this big thing. I understand it's a big bike, according to both your papers, you know, with no metal around you. Whenever I drive, I like to drive in something with a lot of metal around me. The bigger, the better. So, you were foolish. Cost you $3,000. You, sir, your motorcycle was damaged in the amount, according to you, of $4,800?
Yes, ma'am.
Next time, you don't let somebody ride your bike that you're not particularly comfortable with. Your petition is dismissed. Your counterclaim is dismissed. That's it, sir.
Well, she said she was going to pay for the damages.
Well, I want to tell you something. Mr. Witt, if you are in possession of a vehicle like a motorcycle, which is really a dangerous instrument in the hands of somebody that doesn't know how to use it properly, and you allow them to use it, you assume the risk that if they hurt themselves or damage your bike, you may be responsible. In this case, I find that she was an adult and she assumed the risk of her own injuries.
It's fine.
Right? But you, sir, are assuming the $4,800 loss or damage to your bicycle because you both acted like idiots. That's all.
Yeah.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And now the next case.
Parties on Hill versus Mathis. Step forward, please.
32-year-old Robin Hill is suing her former sister-in-law, Teresa Mathis, age 36, because she won't return her video camera.
Do I understand this correctly, that you two ladies are sister-in-laws or in some way related? Still sister-in-laws?
I'm unsure of it. They got divorced. I don't know.
Okay. You divorced?
Right.
From her brother?
Yes.
So you're former sister-in-laws?
Correct.
Let me understand this. You needed $200 for some sort of move a couple of years ago.
Right.
You asked your sister-in-law, who I assume was then still married to your brother,
Correct.
for the $200. According to you, she lent you the $200, and you gave her your camcorder.
Correct.
As sort of insurance for the repayment of this loan.
Right.
Now you're suing her because you say you went back and retrieved the camcorder and it's broken.
Right.
And the camcorder, you paid how much for?
It was on sale. We paid roughly $900.
So you're suing her for $500.
Which would be about replacement cost of it.
And you say, nothing could be farther from the truth, that you bought the camcorder.
I purchased the camera because she was going to Oklahoma for $200, and I told her that if she got the money back, as soon as she got it, that I would sell it back to her if she wanted. And
for the $200?
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get the camcorder back?
She asked me to house sit for her while they were in Oklahoma with bicycle races for their son. And a friend of mine had asked me to film some stuff.
How long ago was this?
This was November of last year.
So November of last year, when you were house sitting, you got your camcorder back.
Well, I went to borrow it to use it to film some stuff, and it didn't work. So I went to put it in a shop. They had a fit and told me, though, they wanted to get it fixed. I said, fine. So I gave it back to them to get it fixed. Mm-hmm. And I was more than willing to give them their money back. And if it was my fault that it was broke, then I would have paid for it. But it was working when they got it, and I don't think I should have to pay for it to be fixed.
Did you give her back the $200?
I've offered it to her.
Just a second.
No.
Did you give her back the $200?
No.
She refused it.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
It's not true.
That is true.
When I asked for the money, she didn't have it. She never had the money. The only reason she came to my house and took the camera while we were gone out of my closet was because she needed money and she wanted to sell it, and then had planned to pay me after she sold the camera. When I purchased the camera, it was working, just not properly. You can see by the film that I brought that it has lines in it, and that was in April of '95 at a national that we went to, my son's bike races.
Whatever, so you went and you had it fixed.
When I got the money, because I was single, my ex-husband and I were divorced. I have 3 children and a large house payment. So when I did get the money, which was in March, I said, this is terrible. You know, I have this camera. I can't even use it. It doesn't work right. So I took it down. Her aunt was with me also at the races when I purchased the camera, and it kept shutting off. She was standing beside me, and we were taping our children.
All right, if you don't have to go into a whole long thing, it's not a very difficult case.
Okay.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Ms. Hill,
Yes.
if I believe your story, she lent you $200. You gave her the camera until you paid her back the $200.
Correct.
You never paid her back the $200. Where's the camera now?
She still has the camera.
I've never
Perfect.
lost the camera.
Perfect.
I still have it.
Camera's yours.
Right.
When she gives you back the $200, you just listen to me.
Okay,
When she gives you back the $200, you'll give her back the camera. Right now, you didn't give her back the $200, so the camera's hers. That's very simple.
I understand that, Your
Good.
Honor.
That's all. Case is dismissed.
All right, sir, excuse you may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Parties on Castleberry versus Thomas. Step forward, please.
35-year-old Major Castleberry is suing 39-year-old apartment manager Zachary Thomas for assault.
Order. All rise. Yeah, it's case number 361 on the calendar in the matter of Castleberry versus Thomas. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen.
I'll wait for you, sir. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. You are the apartment manager
Yes, ma'am.
in a complex where the plaintiff lives, correct?
No, he doesn't live there.
He doesn't. Did he live there?
No,
He was just visiting there.
he was just visiting.
And you were there visiting a couple that you say you take care of.
Yes,
occasionally.
ma'am.
And you claim he assaulted you.
That's correct.
You want to tell me how that came about?
Yes, ma'am. From point A to point Z, I was actually I was visiting Mr. Bob Miller here, and actually I went to the store for him, and I came back. While at the store, I met a young lady, asked me to give her a ride, you know, up the way towards where we live, where actually Bob lived. And
Where do you live?
I live in Emeryville. I used to live next door to Bob Miller for 11 and a half years before I moved.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And as me and this, the young lady I gave a ride, you know, up to where Bob lived, we were sitting out in front of the apartment complex, and we're just sitting there talking. And you know, I acknowledged Zach was on the first level there, and Zach says, I spoke to him. How you doing, Zach? We never had a problem prior to this.
So you knew him from before?
Yes, ma'am. I've known him since I've lived there. I used to be the manager of the building adjacent to his. And so Zach came to the vehicle and says, "Hey, man, you know, what are you guys doing sitting in front of the apartment complex? Don't you know, people get shot for sitting in front of, you know, the apartment complex." So Zach proceeded up the stairs, and I thought about what he said, and I told the young lady, I said, "Hey, well, let's go up, you know, to Bob's apartment, right?"
To Bob's apartment?
Yes, ma'am, Mr. Bob Miller. And so we goes into the apartment and sitting down talking, conversating, and 45 minutes later, there was a knock at the door. And so I go and answer the door, ask who is it? He says, "Zach." So I open the door to see, you know, yeah, Zach, what is it? And then he, you know, proceeded to push the door in, you know, forcefully push it. I said, "Man, you can't do this, man. You know, that's not right. You know you're out of line." And he, you know, pushed me into the partition there. And he grabbed a plant, and he tried to hit me over the head with the plant, but the vase that the plant was in fell, you know, hit the ground, so therefore he was left holding dirt in his hand. And also, you know, he struck me upside the head, and I received damages from that.
What kind of damages?
I have like a scar tissue under my temple area here.
Did you go to the doctor?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a doctor's
Yes, ma'am, I
bill
have.
report?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So, what happened?
Okay, on July the 2nd, I normally make my rounds of my building, you know, making sure the building is safe, making sure that nobody is hanging out in front of the building. Then I observed Major Castleberry sitting inside this car I don't know, he was smoking something, you know. And,
What do you mean he was smoking something?
He was smoking something that I assume it was, you know, like crack, because, you know, he's a, you know, abuser. And, and also, when they got out the car, the young lady got out and came to my building, and before she walked up the stairs, she had used the restroom right in front of my stairs.
You mean she just
used the restroom in front of my stairs?
You mean she urinated in front of your stairs?
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't use a restroom because it wasn't a restroom, it was the stairs.
It was the stairs, yes, ma'am. And
you saw this, sir?
Yes, ma'am. And this was around between 3:30 and 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning. Okay, and then when Major Castleberry proceeded up the stairs into the house, I didn't think nothing of it until he just opened up the door and just went in. And then,
so you were concerned that you didn't see him knock at the door or that you didn't see Bob let him in. He just opened the door and went in.
Right, he just, you know, because he just opens on the door and just walks in. I knocks on the door, he cracks the door. Then I observe that when he cracks the door, my concern is with Bob.
So what did you see when he opened the door crack, you mean?
I seen this naked woman standing up, getting her clothes off the floor.
Was that the same woman?
The same woman that he was in a car with.
Who you saw using your staircase as a bathroom?
Right.
Okay.
And then as she was standing in the middle of the room floor naked, and then I said, I want to talk to Bob. And then he go tell me that you're not going to talk to no one, and slam the door in my face. So I'm assuming that he just got upset because I disturbed whatever he about to do. When he slammed the door, I talked through the door. I said, I want to talk to Bob to make sure Bob know that you're in the house. Because I don't know if he let the door open for you, or I don't know that you just walked in. Because Bob always had people coming inside his house, drinking with him, and always leaving out with money of his after he passed out of drinking. I said, okay, if you won't open the door, I'll just go call the police, and then so I can see, is Bob okay?
So, did you do that?
Yes. And then the two couples came out, him and his girlfriend, came out the house, and they start arguing about 4 a.m. in the morning to top of their lungs. Then I was trying to come to them. I said, look, y'all can't be yelling in my building at no 4 a.m. in the morning.
And where was this taking place, this yelling and screaming?
Right outside, because they had stepped outside.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You take her up to the apartment with Bob passed out on the couch.
Well, Bob was actually asleep, you know.
He was in a deep sleep.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Major Castleberry is suing apartment manager Zachary Thomas for assault. Zachary claims Mr. Castleberry was causing problems in his building and was attempting to detain him until the police arrived.
This is outside the apartment, so how did he get hit in the head?
Okay, then, after I went to trying to calm them down, and then the door was already open, so I seen Bob laying down, face down, on the couch. So I went to the apartment to see was he okay. Major Castleberry came in and started shoving me, well, tried to shove me out the door. You know, I said, Major, you know, get your hands off of me. Then he kept on shoving me, kept on shoving me, kept on shoving me. And then I wouldn't budge. So I detained him against the wall and said, Major, be still until the police come. Then I heard footsteps coming up the stairs or down the stairs. So anyway, I heard footsteps. Then when I turned and looked to see who was that, when I turned back around, he had hit me in, somewhere in the cheek area, you know. He had struck me first in the cheek area. And then he struggled trying to get it loose, started trying to get it loose. Then as he kept on trying to get it loose, trying to hit me still, kept on trying to swing, that's when I countered and hit him to calm him down. Then after I hit him, then he come
Why did you pin him, sir? Mr. Thomas, I understand what you're saying, and I understand that you felt as if you were protecting the tenant or trying to make sure that the tenant was okay in your building.
Right.
What I don't understand is, sir, once you saw the tenant in your building, who you know, according to you, drinks, and you saw him, according to you, sort of passed out on the couch, right?
No, I didn't know he was passed out.
You saw him face down on the couch.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you saw. So you knew he was okay.
No.
Or as okay as he has been other times when you've seen him if you said, you know, he drinks, right?
Right.
So why did you try to detain this man?
Because he was swinging on me.
No, he wasn't swinging on you, sir, until you went into the apartment.
When I first came to the apartment, knocked on the door, like I said before, and then he refused to let me speak to my tenant.
He doesn't have to let you speak to your tenant, sir. You know that. I mean, I'm not faulting you. I think you were trying to do your job. I don't think there was anything malicious about your intent.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. Except that because you had certain grounds to believe that the people who were going into that apartment were not wrapped too tight that evening. You know, you have a woman using a staircase as a bathroom.
That's a plain lie, Your Honor.
Mr. Castleberry?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing out sitting in the car 3:30 in the morning with this lady that you picked up at the store?
Obviously, Your Honor.
No. Look in my eyes, Mr. Castleberry.
Definitely. No
Mr.
problem.
Castleberry.
Yes, ma'am.
You said you met this lady when
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
going out to the store.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were going to the store to get what?
Well, I was going to the
Here,
store.
look here.
Oh, fine. I was going to the store for Bob to get him a bottle of liquor, actually.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were going to the liquor store, and at the liquor store you met this lady who needed a ride
Correct.
to where she lived.
Basically, no, ma'am. She just actually wanted to ride up the street. She didn't ask me to take her home. She just asked me, you know, basically the conversation went like, you know, can I hang with you, right? I said, well.
At the liquor store where you went.
No, this
You went to the liquor store.
is not a liquor store. This is actually Walgreens, you know. And that's why I met the lady on the way out of the store. And she asked me.
So she asked you, the lady who you met coming out of Walgreens said to you, can I hang with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Castleberry.
Yes, ma'am.
As much as I hate to admit it, sir, I wasn't born yesterday.
Okay, though. Well, that's the truth, Your Honor.
Now you, who I'm sure hadn't had anything to drink that night. Is that right?
I had some beers or what have you, but yet and still I wasn't.
What's the what have you?
Some beers.
It's a what have you that I'm interested in.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I had beers.
Then you had some beers, and you went to get some more liquor for both you and Mr. Bob over here, who was passed out on the sofa. And you meet the young lady outside of Walgreens who wants to hang with you. And you take her up to the apartment with Bob passed out on the couch. So far, am I getting this picture right?
Well, Bob was actually asleep, you know.
He was in a deep sleep. Is that right, Bob?
No, it isn't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
There was no reason for him to be alarmed by him seeing me go in there into Bob's.
With the lady who had just urinated on the stairwell.
That's not true.
I believe it's true.
Okay, doke. Yes, ma'am.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Major Castleberry is suing apartment manager Zachary Thomas for assault. Zachary says Major may have been committing a crime, and he wanted to hold him for the police.
This young lady, why did you bring her up to Bob's house?
Actually, it was actually, I don't know, no, you know, premeditated anything of that matter. It was no harm, no law broken. You know, I told her, yeah, sure, you can come on, and we just conversating, just talking. And also, Your Honor, it's, you know, people trying to make a mockery out of this situation. Yet and still, what happened to me basically shouldn't have happened at all. You know?
I absolutely agree with you,
yes,
sir.
Yes, ma'am. So that's the bottom
I
line.
absolutely agree that it shouldn't have happened
Definitely.
to you.
Right.
He was trying to make sure that his tenant was safe because you have had no prior problems with this man.
Never. And Zachary
Just a second. You've had no prior problems with this man.
Never.
But he was concerned for the following reason. He was concerned because you were bringing a woman up to Bob's apartment, a woman who he had seen, and I absolutely believe him when he says that she was urinating in the hallway.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely believe it. Okay? Because, quite frankly, sir, I think that you may tell me that you were not intoxicated that evening, but I think that you and Bob had done a little drinking, if that's all you were doing. If that's all you were doing. So that you weren't in complete control of what was going on. Now, he may not have acted 100% appropriately. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
But he says that you hit him first.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Well, he says that you hit him first, but then again, he was pinning you against a wall, a partition.
A partition wall.
A partition. So he put his hands on you, and I don't think he had any right to do that. I don't think he had any right to put his hands on you, because what he came in and saw was two guys who were semi-inebriated, and according to him, with a naked woman in the apartment. Something that I would not necessarily encourage, but which is not a crime.
That's not true.
Listen, Mr. Castleberry, this whole scenario that evening doesn't sound totally kosher to me. You know what that means? Totally right.
Go ahead.
Because I don't know what you're bringing some lady that you just met off the street, whether it's at 10 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock in the morning, up to this man's house for. What do you don't know anything about her. You know? You're pretty well sauced, he's pretty well sauced. Everybody's sauced, and you bring a stranger up to the house that can clean him out and go into the bedroom where his 92-year-old mother is sleeping and slit her throat. No. You know, I mean, all that is possible. This is somebody that you didn't know.
May I actually say something,
Yeah,
Your
sure.
Honor?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Actually, Your Honor, none of this, Zach have known me since 1985. I've never been in jail, never been in no trouble, or nothing of that matter, period. And he know that, hey, there was no reason for him to be alarmed by him seeing me go in there into Bob's.
With the lady who had just urinated on the stairwell.
That's not true.
I believe it's true.
Okay, doke. Yes, ma'am.
I believe it's true.
Okay, doke.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
The reason I put my hands on him, because he put his hands on me first, shoving me out the apartment.
You had no business being in the apartment after you saw that he was in the apartment still breathing.
Okay.
Except that this woman, but the woman, according to you, was outside, right? At the time when this took place, the woman was outside the apartment, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I mean, I understand your concern, Mr. Thomas.
And there was an arrest there at the same time.
A what?
The police did arrest the woman.
For what?
For being intoxicated, wouldn't shut up, and wouldn't listen to reason. The police handcuffed her and took her to jail.
Interesting. They took her away in handcuffs?
He's lying.
No. He's not.
All right. Okay, doke.
No, he's not.
All right.
He's not lying. Mr. Castleberry, you
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
use better judgment, sir, if you have better judgment, because if this man gives you access to his apartment, you have to exercise better judgment about who you permit into the apartment. Now, you're suing him for $4,000, Mr. Thomas. No way. No way. And I do believe that you did, in fact, hit him before he hit you. I also believe, however, that Mr. Thomas, sir, overreacted in the situation by not leaving the apartment once you saw that he was okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you're both a little bit wrong.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, it says here that you had a little bit of a knot on your head, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's what it says.
That's what it says. So I have some other questions for you. Are you employed, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Who do you work for?
I'm a government painter.
A what?
A government painter.
So you work full-time for the government or part-time?
Full-time.
Did you miss any work?
Just
Over here, sir.
Just the days that I had to go, and I consulted an attorney, and I also went to the doctor.
It's not what I'm asking you, sir. After this incident,
Yes,
not the
I
days
did.
you took off to go to see a lawyer, or not the days that you took off after you consulted with the lawyer to go to a doctor? Because that's about what happened, right? First you went to see a lawyer, and then the lawyer sent you to a doctor, correct?
That is correct.
See how smart I am? See, if you're really hurt, you go to the doctor before you go to the lawyer. That's what happens when you're really hurt.
Okay.
When you're not really hurt, first you go to the lawyer, and then the lawyer sends you to a doctor.
May I say something, please?
Sounds right to me, Judy.
So, Mr. Castleberry, I am awarding you damages, sir, in the amount of $1. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy,
He's on Walters versus Rice. Step forward, please.
43-year-old Dorothy Walters says photographer Ron Rice ruined her 25th wedding anniversary because he was unprofessional, danced with the guests, and took bad pictures.
Order. All rise. Yeah, it's case number 355 on the calendar. In the matter of Walters versus Rice. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
You're the photographer.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Mrs. Walters, you hired the defendant because you and your husband were celebrating your 25th wedding anniversary.
Yes, that's right.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
What kind of party were you having?
We rented the Marina Hornblower yacht, and we were having a celebration cruise for our family and our friends.
How many people?
60.
How did you find him?
Through an ad in the newspaper in the Daily Breeze, right here, under wedding photography.
Okay, can I see it?
Run.
So you hired him. Tell me about the agreement that you made with him.
I searched for a photographer, and then I saw that ad, and I said, well, let me go check this guy's work out, because I wanted special double effects and photography. And when I went to his home to look at his work, it was exceptional. I mean, it was knocked down. It was just so great work. This work was really good. And so without a doubt, I wrote him a check, and I hired him.
Was it a deposit, or was it...
I gave him a $200 deposit, and 2 weeks later, I paid him the rest in full in advance, before the wedding.
What was the whole price for the
$752.33, my contract.
And that was to include what?
That was to include him to come to my home 2.5 hours. And that was to include a bridal album with 8x. The pictures that he showed me of our 25th wedding anniversary were horrible. I cried. I was devastated. I mean, these pictures were horrible. The pictures that he showed me of our 25th wedding anniversary were horrible. I cried. I was devastated. I mean, these pictures were horrible. My friends took pictures with their regular cameras. Look at my pictures that they took with their regular cameras compared to the professional pictures that he took. I mean, it was horrible.
I will look at both.
Yeah.
Why do you think that happened?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Well, you indicate in your complaint that his behavior at this function was...
My sister all day.
I did.
and said all kinds of... I have it on video. I have the video right here. You can see it. I have him dancing, doing the Macarena, eating with my guest, not taking pictures. He poured a beer over the top of her head, made her dress see-through. I have it on video.
I would really like to see that.
I wish I was there, too.
May I show you who he is on the video?
Yeah, just let...
I wear many hats, Your Honor. Photographer, comedian, dancer, pouring beer.
I hired you to be a photographer, not to be...
Listen to me. Don't answer him. I don't...
Here he is, Your
You're
Honor.
right, Your Honor.
Here he is, doing the Macarena, right there. I have notes, you know, there he is, doing the Macarena there in your courtroom.
Okay.
It moves me.
There
like
he is.
Needs a little work. I want to see the beer pouring.
Other than this Macarena, is there anything else on this tape?
It just shows Leona having the beer on her head. It didn't show him actually doing it, but you could hear him.
Well, let me see. How much into the tape is that?
It's a little bit farther.
Would you speed it up, please, Third?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you pour a beer over this lady?
Well, I haven't seen that part yet, Your Honor. I don't believe I did.
Yes,
Matter of
you
fact,
did.
I'm
I mean, you're
absolutely
Miss Walters,
sure.
don't talk to him. I'm talking to him now.
Absolutely sure.
She's going to tell me, this lady, if I ask her to stand up, which I will.
Yeah.
Stand up now.
Stand up.
You're her sister?
Yes.
Did he pour a beer on you at this function?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
I was dancing, and he says, "You need to be cooled off." And he threw the beer on top of my head. And I had a satin dress on, and it clinged to me, and it was see-through, and I was really, really embarrassed.
Okay, sit down. Mr. Rice.
It sounds like a fun thing to do under the circumstances, but I was hired in a professional position and a capacity, and that's exactly what I did. I have on the...
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
I've made 4 or 5 weddings in my time. Hired a lot of photographers for other kinds of functions.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a photographer dancing with my guests. I never had a photographer coming and eating with my guests. I never had a photographer pouring anything over one of my guests. Otherwise, that photographer would have been brought out of the function in a box.
Yes, I agree.
Now, you did that. You were
I...
dancing with the guests, no jacket on, and, sir, I didn't see you with a camera slung around your shoulder.
This was after, this was
Yes.
after all the ceremonial events were done, because the wedding was during the day.
I heard you for the whole time.
Do I look like I need help?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And so I was finished.
Just a second. What do you mean you were finished?
I was finished with all the ceremonial events. They were partying, and they were partiers.
How many rolls of film did you take, sir?
Approximately 250.
How many rolls?
No way.
Four, 220, medium format.
How many rolls of film?
2 rolls of 12 exposure, which was 24 prints, and then 4 at 24.
So altogether, you had how many pictures?
4 times 24 times 12. Me and my math. Probably 150, approximately.
96 and 24 is 120. Okay. So you had 120 pictures. Let me see them.
The irony of this thing.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
That's 99% of the profession is being able to mesh and flow and get into the party mood.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Walters is suing photographer Ron Rice for taking bad pictures and being unprofessional at her 25th wedding anniversary. He says the pictures are good and that he was just enjoying himself.
120 pictures. Let me
Right.
see them.
The irony of this thing is I saw her. She didn't want. I was supposed to give her the 5x5
Just
proofs.
a second.
She didn't even want them.
Listen to
I
me.
mean, hello?
Mr. Rice,
to me.
Miss Walters.
Okay, he wouldn't.
Miss Walters. Where are the 120
In
prints?
the trash.
Okay, who put them in the trash?
2 weeks ago, before she served me the notice, I said, "Look, here's Barbara's."
I'm Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Just a second.
Whomever. Dorothy. I'm sorry.
So the answer is you don't have them. You threw them away.
I have the negatives.
Just a second.
I was gonna.
You have the negatives of 120 pictures?
All
Let me
right.
have them.
All right. All right. Yes, sir. Shall I?
Oh, don't come too close to me, Mr. Rice.
And here's Your Honor, would you want to show
Just a
me?
minute. What's the difference between these and these, sir?
Print quality and definition. One's 2 1/4 format. Those are 35 millimeter format. The other one is 6 by 6 millimeter. Those are table shots. So you want to do a wedding, all the ceremonial events, all the romantics, anything that has to do with, the principles of the wedding party are shot in with the 2 1/4, the format.
And this is 2 1/4?
No, that's 35 millimeter. That's where table shots, guest shots.
There are no table shots here, sir.
Maybe, can I see it?
No.
Okay.
And all these negatives are the negatives, right?
Those are the negatives of
Bird, would you count up these?
Sure.
These negatives?
No problem.
Thank you. I just want to know how many they are, because she says that
Make sure there are
limited
ours,
number
too.
of rolls. Now let me take a look at the pictures.
Okay, Bert. These are the ones he took. Here's the identical pictures that the guest took.
With the polarizer.
No, this is with
who's
no,
the professional
it's not.
here?
Hey,
Yeah, who's the professional? Look at those papers.
One, two, three, and then you're both out of here. Do you understand? And if you're out of here, you lose. Do you understand? Now, these are the ones your guests took.
Yes.
And these are the ones that you're complaining about that he took.
Yes.
Are these the only pictures that you were given by him?
No, I was given another book.
Where
and
is it? Where are the...
You have it. You wouldn't give it to me.
Where are the 30...
What words didn't you both understand? Don't talk to each other. I don't like to have to raise my voice. I want to see the photographs that he took at your house. Do you have those?
No.
You didn't bring...
Don't speak.
Your Honor, he took them. He would not give them back to me because I said these are unacceptable. And he took them. He wouldn't give them back to me.
Just a second. So are you telling me that these are
That's
the only
pictures I have.
Can I finish my question?
I'm sorry.
Are these the only pictures that you have of your wedding anniversary party that he took?
Yes, they are.
She just perjured herself.
You just threw
Shut
the
up!
book away. He threw the book away. That's what he told you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Show me, sir, what you say she has in addition to these.
She has 34 8x10s that she ordered from the prince.
Show me the order with her signature on it.
Right here?
Good. Can I see it, please?
She got her plan. I mean, it's a very flexible plan. She got plan 3.
Sir.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Stop talking. This is the contract. This is not her order.
Absolutely right.
Show.
I'm sorry.
Don't say you're sorry. Just be quiet. Okay. This is not an order. This is the contract.
Is it? Like a price list or anything in there like that, other than just the negatives?
How many were there?
70, Judge.
Okay. Now listen to me, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Listen carefully. There are 70 negatives here. 70. Right. You wouldn't dispute that with Bird, would you?
Oh,
no.
Bird.
Now.
Not Bird.
This is...
It's probably a 36 roll, Your Honor. But,
So altogether, you took 106 pictures, not 150.
well, actually, with the 70 pictures, it was more than enough because what she had ordered was just those elect, professionally looking, beautiful few, if I may add.
Mr. Rice, I asked you a question, and you will not deflect me with your palaver. Where is her order for these 8x10s that you just told me about?
What? I mean, they're right there. They're right on those MAC cards.
Well, show me her signature on those things,
No, there's
sir.
no signature. The
Show
contract...
Officer Bird. Just give him the whole envelope, Bird, please.
Help. Okay. There was no album. She ordered $252 worth, taxed. I mean, she ordered... Where are the 10x10s?
You have them.
Where are they? I mean, you have...
All
where
right,
are
now,
they?
let me tell you what happens
like,
when
where
you
are
don't listen 4 times. 4 times you don't listen.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
It's wearing hats, not just being a professional, being stuffy.
Oh, my God.
You have to have personality. You have to go in with a smile.
And later today,
If I give you $200, you have to give me the camcorder back.
No, I don't have to. It's mine. It's mine. It belongs to
You're
me.
full of it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Walters wants the money back she paid photographer Ron Rice because she says the pictures were unprofessional.
Mr. Rice,
Yes, ma'am.
I find that based upon what I've seen in the photographs, what I've heard today, that your conduct on the day of this anniversary party was less than professional and certainly less than what Miss Walters bargained for when she retained you. So, You're going to refund to her $752.33 because of you, she doesn't have what she bargained for, which was a professional photographer who behaved in a professional manner, who furnished her professional pictures. And in addition, since you told me that the proofs that you gave her, you took and threw in the garbage, which means that you certainly didn't want them, Miss Walters, I'm giving you all the negatives.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
that's
thank
all.
you.
They're no good anyway.
They're no good. You said they were professional photographers.
You don't want them.
Bodies are excused. You may step out.
You said they were good.
Bodies are excused. You may
Here, I'll
step
throw them in the
They're
trash.
no good.
Step
Yeah,
out the
they're
back
no
door to your
good.
right.
It's wearing hats, not just being a professional, being stuffy.
Oh, my God.
99% of the profession is being able to mesh and flow and get into the party mood. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Come on.
He's nuts.
I'll give him a
He's
hug.
nuts.
Whoa.
He's nuts.
Well, I mean, it's like I was born.
And now the next case.
Bodies on Brown versus Silberg. Step forward.
32-year-old retail manager Paul Brown is suing his building manager, Greg Silberg, 52, because his dog fell off the roof when a cat frightened it.
Mr. Silberg, are you the owner of this building in question?
No,
or are you
I'm the owner of the management company.
Okay. And this is a 3-story building?
Correct.
You, sir, live in that building?
Yes.
And how long have you lived there?
I lived there approximately about 9 months.
And you have a dog?
Yes.
That dog?
I have 2 dogs.
But that's the dog in question?
Correct.
You were going into your building?
Actually, I was going to walk my dog on the, and I was going to visit a friend on the 3rd floor. And
In the building?
In the building.
And your dog did not have a leash on?
They both had leashes on them. I took them in the elevator, walked up to the 3rd floor. I went to knock on my friend's door on the 3rd floor, which is right around the corner from the sun deck. And I had both dogs in one hand, on my left hand, and they saw a cat. This is late at night, about 10:30 at night. They saw a cat. They got loose. As I was running up the stairs, the dogs already were up on the patio or the sun deck, and that one fell. He was down below, and that was it. I mean...
Just a second. Did you see the cat, sir?
Look
at me.
Yes.
Did you see a cat?
Yes, I did. I saw a cat.
Late at night.
That's how they darted out of my hand.
Late at night, you're ringing a bell.
Knocking on the door, correct.
Knocking at a door, right? Like this.
Correct.
Where was the cat?
The cat was to the left, going up to the sun deck.
I'm not sure I believe that you saw a cat. That's first. I do believe that your dog ran up to the sun deck. Fell off. Right?
Right.
And you're suing him for $5,000.
Correct.
Tell me why.
Well,
because that's the dog. The dog is here.
Right. First of all, I have pictures before and after, what the sun deck looked like before and after, and as well as the medical bills, which ranged into approximately about $1,300, $1,400. And for my dog's a championship dog, and I was actually going to breed him. I have papers on him, and as well as I have the notice from the city of West Hollywood saying that that sun deck was not properly permitted, and if they had the proper railing on that sun deck, my dog would have never fell. And that's why I'm suing him for $5,000.
I'll see all of his pictures.
And this is the medical bill. And I also have a letter from the doctor stating the condition of the dog.
Who found the dog?
Phil found the dog. He was downstairs waiting for me.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Can I say something?
Do you feel as if you must, sir?
You've kind of said it all, to be honest.
Then why don't you just be quiet?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Paul Brown is suing building manager Greg Silberg because his dog fell off the roof. Mr. Silberg says the dog should have been on a leash.
Describe the dog when you found him.
Well, I was standing outside, and I heard the loud noise, him hitting the concrete. When I found him, he was unconscious, tongue hanging out of his mouth. He was bleeding from his mouth. I went and grabbed a towel, picked him up. He was stiff. I didn't even know if he was alive anymore. And then I found a pulse. I took him into the apartment, found a pulse, called the veterinarian hospital, and we drove him immediately to the hospital. He was unconscious for a couple days.
Mm-hmm. When you found the dog that night, and I want you to think very carefully, sir, did the dog have a leash?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because I found the dog.
A couple of things. I don't understand how this dog got away from you if you were holding both dogs in your hand with the leash.
I had them both on one hand as I was knocking on the door of the third floor. And I did see a cat, and I saw them, running after the cat, and I did see a cat. And he went off, the other dog, because I called them both,
Well, just a second.
their names.
So what you're telling me is you had both dogs
In my left hand, correct.
in one hand.
Right.
And you couldn't control holding on to the leashes of both dogs.
No, because actually when they saw the cat...
Well, the cat's not his fault.
Okay, but the balcony's his fault.
Just a second. How?
He broke the law. The law, I mean, that balcony was not properly permitted. If that balcony was properly permitted, that dog would have never fell.
This is not a place that you didn't know about. You knew about this place. Now, I'm not saying he's not in some way responsible for not having it properly gated off. I looked at the gate that he put up there. Your dog can get through that gate.
Yeah, but if
Just a second. If that's a proper gate that he put up afterwards, that little skinny dog can get through that gate and could have gotten through that gate that night. So could a cat.
Not running that fast.
What do you mean not running?
Not running. A dog cannot get through that gate. Those bars are approximately 4 inches apart. Now, if a dog's running at full speed, the dog cannot go through that gate.
You mean he'd have to stop and wiggle through?
He would have to stop.
Just
and
a second.
He would realize that no.
He would realize. The dog would realize.
He would realize that he would not be able to get through that gate going that fast. That's why the dog fell, because he was going so fast he didn't see the drop. That's why the dog fell. Now, if that gate was up there, the dog would have stopped.
This gate, sir, is not designed to keep out dogs and cats. It's designed to protect people. Dog and cat owners are responsible for taking care of their own pets.
Correct.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Just because there is an accident doesn't mean somebody has to pay you. That's not what the courts are about, sir. This is a people protector. And the fact that you suggest that a dog at full run couldn't go through there, that may be. Certainly, a cat can wiggle through here. Certainly, a small dog can get through here. The design
but not
of it...
at full speed.
I don't care whether it's full speed.
If the dog's chasing a cat...
You're never going to get through to him. Never going to get through to him, sir. Not every injury results in an award of money. You are responsible for keeping control of your dog.
And he's responsible for keeping the railing. I mean,
yes, sir, and I will tell you something else. If somebody chased you up on the roof that evening and you fell off the 3rd floor because there was no adequate railing, you could sue him for a lot more than $5,000 because he is responsible, if you lived and if you could breed, because that's what you're complaining about. But because there was no bar or gate there, that's not the reason your dog fell. Your dog fell because you dropped the leash. And your dog
but I didn't drop the leash, Your Honor. The dogs got away from me. I didn't drop the leash.
Mr. Brown, sir.
Can I say something?
Do you feel as if you must, sir?
You've kind of said it all, to be honest.
Then why don't you just be quiet?
Okay.
This lawsuit is dismissed.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
And on the next Judge Judy.
Landolfi versus McMillan Barden. Step forward, please.
66-year-old Don Landolfi claims his landlord, Rod McMillan, and apartment manager, Greta Barden, refused to refund his rent and assaulted him.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Judge, case number 421 on the calendar in the matter of Landolfi versus McMillan Barden. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Landolfi, I've been in this business for a very long time, and I've read a lot of complaints. I read your complaint. I read your revised complaint. I still, for the life of me, don't understand what you're suing for. except that I do understand that for a short time, you entered into a lease agreement with the defendants.
Correct.
And that was because you were going to have some medical treatment.
Yes, sir. Ma'am. Excuse me.
Where do you live normally?
I was living in Vallejo at the time and attending the Martinez Outpatient Veterans Clinic. And because of the problem couldn't be resolved by their doctors, they suggested a specialist, not a veterans doctor, in Palm Springs, an internist. So I came down to see him.
And you needed a place to stay for a couple of
Correct.
months. You found an apartment in their facility, in their
First
complex.
30 days I stayed in a motel. It was too expensive. Then I found the Brentwood.
Now tell me about your lawsuit. Tell me why you think that they owe you $4,700 or $4,800.
First of all, the verbal agreement, of which I have a receipt for, so it's also in writing, was $600 a month from September 7th to October 7th to November 7th, 60 days. And I have a receipt dated that day, and I'll show you. I have a whole file of exhibits for you, Your Honor, if you wish to see them. Let me look at mine, though, so I can, or I can give you your copies right now if you wish to look at them.
You rented an apartment, according to you, for $600 a month from September 7th until October 7th.
Well,
Stop,
no.
don't rustle papers.
Excuse me.
Don't rustle papers.
November 7th, Your Honor.
Well, you left before October, correct?
I left on the 29th of September to go to Vallejo, flew back to pick up my car, my clothes, and to make my final visit to Martinez Hospital.
How long did you live in their apartment?
From September 7th through the 29th.
Of September.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much rent did you pay altogether?
$1,200.
You paid $1,200.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get any back?
I got $400 back.
When did you get the $400 back?
I told her on, in writing, on September 27th, here is the balance of $500, which brings the apartment rental to November 7th. And they only take cash, no checks, no credit cards. And I put 3 items. Please ask the maid to clean up. She hasn't cleaned anything.
Did I ask you a question? I
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
when did you get the $400 back?
I got the $400 back after that note, and I got the $400 back on 9/29.
So, you asked for a refund, and you got a partial refund.
Correct.
So you asked for how much, sir?
The rent from September 7th to October 7th is $600. They gave me $400 back. They still owed me $200 for the month of October. I paid October all in advance. I paid $700 for the month of October, Your Honor, and I have documentation to prove that.
Please. You said you paid him $1,200 altogether. You got $400 back, which means from your hand to their hand ultimately was $800. Correct?
Correct.
All right. And you lived there for a month, and you said your rental
I lived
agreement...
there. No, Your Honor, I did not live there for a month. I lived there from September 7th to September 29th when I went home to go to the hospital and get the rest of my clothes.
Okay. I am assuming, sir, that for the purposes of argument, that's the month of September. So that's $600.
For 3 weeks.
Okay. Which means $200 owing. So you want to tell me why they owe you $5,000?
Okay. They still owed me $100 for my $700 October payment. They owe me $145.53 because when I came back from the emergency treatment at the hospital on October 2nd, I walk into my apartment and there's a gray-haired gentleman with a Pennsylvania license plate on a new Cadillac sitting on my sofa, and both of us say simultaneously, "Who are you?" I said, "This is my apartment. I just rented this apartment." I said, "You can't. I have a lease till October 7th. It's now the 2nd. So I go see Miss Barden. She said, "Well, you left." I said, "I didn't leave. Where's my clothes? Where's everything?" "What clothes?" Wait a minute. I flew back to Vallejo to pick up my car and go to the hospital. I didn't carry it. I had 3 left shoes in me because I still can't. I haven't worn shoes in on my right foot in six months now, 6.5 months. Where's my jacket? Where's my slacks? Where's my 3 pair of left shoes, my underwear, bathing suit, etc., etc.? Nothing was there. I said, "Where's the rest of my money?" She said, "Well, you didn't give me the key back." I said, "I forgot the key. They were on top of the TV. And you stole a telephone." I said, "What are you talking about? You're not getting your money." So I claim 7 days rent at $20.79 a day comes to $145.53. The total now, with the 100 she still didn't give me, was $245.53. Using her exhibit, and I think Your Honor should look at this. It's her handwriting.
Just would you get to the thousands? So far I'm hearing hundreds, sir.
Okay.
Get to the thousands.
You have to forgive me, Your Honor. I got a touch of the flu. My brain is not as fast as it normally is. This lady claimed she was a nurse. The stress, harassment, this stuff, that stuff that she put me through continually came to my house after I filed the first small claims case, which I filed on November 18th, and she never accepted it. But she came speeding into my driveway with a car, nearly knocked the mobile home down that I was now renting, came at me, threw a punch. I'm proud to be a Marine lieutenant. I ducked, it hit my shoulder. She sped away at 30 miles an hour, and it's a 10-mile-an-hour park because a lot of seniors there walk around with walkers. So I call the police to file assault charges. I work with the DARE program with the police department, so I know all the cops. I tell them what's going on. They come back and they say, Don, she says you're throwing eggs and confetti and stuff all over her car. I said, don't be silly. Here's the small claims case. I just filed it 3-4 days ago. Stay away from her. She's crazy. If you want, get a restraining order. I said, forget it, Pete. I'll tell her to stay away from me. He said, we already told her don't cross the street. And that was the assault aspect. So I'm now charging $3,845, punitive due to the dire medical condition I was in, and she knew it, because she saw me every day sitting at the pool, my feet raised, because the doctor said you got to get the blood going the other way. And she's a nurse, et cetera, which I'd love to know.
I didn't understand the complaint when you wrote it, and I still don't understand it.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I told him, you are the best from Budapest. He says, what? He probably believed I said you are the best.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 66-year-old Don Landolfi claims he has a refund coming from landlord Rod McMillan, and he was assaulted by apartment manager Greta Barden.
What I don't understand is, you were in the apartment for, assuming for the purposes of argument, for the month of September, at a rent, according to you, of $600 a month. You understood that you were not getting prorated rent for the 7 days. You were paying $600 for the month of September. You paid, according to you, $1,200, which would have brought you up from September, when you moved in, until November 1st.
7th.
Or November 7th. But something happened. I'll let them have their chance to explain to me what their version of the events was. Something happened, and when you came back from your trip, you found somebody else in the apartment. You had already, prior to that time, sir, asked for your money back, and you were already given $400 back before you took this plane ride home. Is that right?
Semi-right.
No, I'm always right. Before you took the plane ride home, they gave you back $400. That's what you just told me. Now, what did they give you the $400 back for?
Because I had paid the whole month of October 7th to November 7th in advance. $700 I had paid.
So, why did you ask them back for the rent?
Because they wouldn't fix the electric plug, the TV didn't work. It said, I told her I will get out on October 7th, 1 month rental, yet I paid you for 2 months. So I wanted my $700
okay,
back.
Now I see. So, you left on September 29th, and you had already received back the $400.
For October.
For October, with the understanding that you were going to vacate the apartment by October 7th.
Correct.
Oh, now it's coming clear. I knew eventually we'd get to it. So when you came back on October 2nd, really just for the purposes of picking up your clothes or your things.
And living there for 5 more days.
And living there for 5 more days, you found somebody in there.
Correct, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you left to go home on the 29th of September, who did you speak to and tell that you were going to be back on the 2nd of October?
The manager of the complex, Greta Barden.
Okay, Ms. Barden, you are the manager of this complex.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm getting to you. Did he tell you that he was coming back when he left on September 29th?
He told me he was leaving, and that was it. That he was tired with the place. He demanded the money. I told him I will keep, because since he did not paint, then he had to pay for the electric bill, which was $106 plus. And then I told him I will return the other $100 when he returned the apartment key. I saw him moved out and he did not give me the key. But then when I went to look, and it seemed like he was gone, I found this in the door that it said, my place until October 10th, stay out note. Then I called the police. I asked Mr. Robert Hernandez from the SWAT team in Palm Springs came over. I said, sir, this gentleman has moved out and left this note there. What do I do? So he knocked, and there was no response. Then I opened with the master key. He told me to stay out, not to walk in. He walked into the place, calling his name several times, loud, all around the place.
All right.
He came out and he told me I could go in then.
Okay. He was paid through October 7th.
Right.
And you moved somebody in there on October 1st.
I believe so.
Okay. So you owe him for a week.
Right. Excuse me, but the police told me since the place was vacant, because he checked with me the closet and everywhere, since the place was vacant, that apparently his clothes were warm.
I don't care what the police told you. You know, if they wanted to be lawyers, they would have gone to law school instead of police school. What I'm telling you is you owe him a week.
Right.
Because you charged the other man for a whole month.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you
$1,000 a month.
Shh. So you owe him for a week.
Yes.
Clarification. Note here, signed by him, says, I'm leaving 7 days early, therefore my attorney as you, etc.
Let me see.
And our problem, he wanted to be reduced.
All right, just a second. Let me see this.
Well, here's our answer to that. This is the answer.
Exhibit 12, Your Honor. My exhibit.
Mr. Linforti, he said, I am leaving 7 days early.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, per my attorney, as you caused this situation, you owe me the $100 plus 7 days at $20.59, or $145.53. Total $245.33. Okay? Now, so
excuse me, there's one more sentence there, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Due to my medical condition, no stress aggravation is due to me. At noon today, please, they never gave me the money. That makes October 7th the official departure date for me. They never gave me the money.
Whatever. They can't keep
What do you
this
mean,
money
whatever?
anyway.
I paid for the month of September,
Just a
Your
minute.
Honor.
You can't rent a place twice.
I agree. Thank
So-
you. Thank you.
They owe you $245.33.
Excuse me, Your Honor,
Ma'am.
53 cents.
Excuse
If
me.
you say 33 cents, one
I say
place
53, 145.53. Oh, okay, excuse me.
Your Honor.
Yeah, excuse me. Say I'm wrong.
I am 100% wrong.
Good.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I says, when are you going to stop this? So stupid guy. And he came at me with this part of his arm. He pushed me in this part, and I went backwards.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Don Landolfi says his former landlord, Rod McMillan, and apartment manager, Greta Barton, owe him a refund on his place.
Listen to me. That's what you owe him. You can't rent a place twice. That's unfair. Now, let's get to this assault nonsense.
Let's get to my clothes first. That's $700 worth of clothes, Your Honor.
Just a minute. Was there anything in the apartment?
No, ma'am. The police is a witness. He walked in there first, and I walked the second time with him.
I'd like to see the
There was
police
nothing,
report.
and it was the telephone gone, and it was a coffee maker gone, were all the lights on, the air conditioner full blast. There were the two TV sets on, and
so all the electrical equipment was on.
Was on. Plus, he took everything from the apartment, plus the telephone.
Let's get to the assault, please. Did you go to his house after you were served with a small claims summons?
I did not. I was not served ever with any small claims court,
Okay.
Your Honor.
But did you go to his house?
He kept putting eggs and vanilla ice cream and soap in my windshield. I called the police.
Just a minute. Did you see him do that?
I did not see him. I slept in my car several times trying to catch him. For some reason, he was not there the days. One time when I came and I found the egg in my car, since he was living across the street, I saw him drive away after he saw me get to my car.
So you thought it was him?
I believe it was him. There was no other reason for anyone else to be.
Okay.
Then,
so you thought it was him?
Yes.
So then what did you do?
Then since I had the egg, and I was sick and tired of 6, 7 times doing this, and the police All they did was a frequent patrol. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll stop it because I was ignoring it. So I thought I'll go over, and I knocked at his window in his trailer park. I knew it was his car because it says Marine. So he came out, and I said, when are you going to stop this? So stupid guy. I said, I'm sick and tired. So he said, get out of here, get out of here. I'm going to sue you. And he came at me. How could I attack him when he's older than me and everything? And a Marine, I wasn't going to about. I was too scared of his size and his mental condition. So with this part of his arm, he pushed me in this part, and I went backwards until I was able to turn around and hold myself against the trailer, or I would have fallen to the ground. I made a big deal out of it because I was scared, so I wanted the neighbors to be aware that my presence, so he would not do anything drastic to me. He kept screaming at me. He said he was going to sue me and everything. So I went in my car. I drove to the manager of the place. I showed him my car, and I explained to him that this was done by Mr. Adolfi, and if ever was done by anybody in the parking place, to please come and look for me, because I was a witness to what harassment he's been giving, sexual harassment and all kind of harassment, and I wanted them to be a witness. I would be happy to help him. So I went back to my apartment, and I called the police. They came, they talked to me, then he went over to him and told him to stay out of my place, not to even call me, because he was calling me several times. He was coming over my place, knocking at the door, demanding the money. I was one time at the lounge, and he came over me. I was not aware he walked into the place, and he called me a bitch and insulted me, and he walked away because I told him there was no money coming to him. I had to call the locksmith. I have to...
Okay. Okay. Does he still... What?
There is a locked gate to that property. You can't get in unless you have a key to the lock. So
it was
everything
unlocked
she told
during
you...
the day.
May I finish, please? I can't use the word perjury. That's your decision. This lady is lying to Your Honor.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
I find, after hearing this case, you own the property, sir?
I'm the president of the association.
And you're the manager?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lie also. She's not the manager anymore.
I'm a temporary manager.
She was manager at that time.
Are you feeling better, sir?
A little bit. Thank you,
Good.
Your Honor.
I'm going to help you feel a little bit better, Mr. Landorfi. But not a lot better, sir. Not $5,000 better. They owe you $245.33. Period. And I suggest that if you still live next door to each other or across the way, you stay as far away from each other as is possible. This case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Party's on. Ingebretson versus Beaver. Step forward, please.
29-year-old executive secretary Michelle Ingebretson is suing waiter Steve Beaver, 39, for 3 unpaid loans. Steve says Michelle and her husband always gave him gifts for giving good service.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 414 on the calendar in the matter of Ingebretson versus Beaver. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, ma'am.
Mrs. Ingebretson, according to your complaint, you and your husband met the defendant when he was a waiter in a restaurant that you frequented. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And over a period of time, you and your husband made loans to him. In what amount?
Amount of $800, Your Honor.
Is that what you're suing for?
I'm suing for $1,500, Your Honor.
Well, that's the first thing I didn't understand. If you loaned him $800, why are you suing him for $1,500?
Punitive damages.
What's punitive damages?
For all the stress that he has caused my husband.
Everybody's got stress. I have stress. Bird has stress. Everybody has stress. So you loaned him $800. Let's stick to the $800. Why did you make loans to him in the amount of $800?
We trusted him as a friend.
Well, how did you become friends? He was serving you pasta. How did you become friends?
We met him through a restaurant in Santa Ana, and we kept going back because we liked the service that he gave us, and we felt, you know, we could trust him, and we wanted to be friends.
So tell me, you made a series, according to you, of 3 loans to him. Tell me about the loans.
On the first loan, he had called my husband and asked if he can borrow some money. And my husband called me, and we discussed it, and I said, yes, go ahead. And so then I gave my husband my credit card number, and we, wired through a Western Union some money to Mr. Beaver.
So how much did you wire him this time?
$200 plus then the $40 for the wire fee.
Oh, okay. And tell me about the second loan.
Second loan was for $300. He approached us again saying that his car was going to be repossessed because he didn't have the car payment. And so we basically gave him my money and, loaned it to him.
So that's $300. The most interesting one, according to your complaint, is this final loan that you made to him. Tell me about that.
He called us and said, he was being threatened by a loan shark, and his family was being threatened by a loan shark because he had not paid this loan shark back. So we drove all the way down to Newport Beach at a Del Taco, and Mr. Beaver met us there.
Well, how much was this loan to the alleged loan sharks?
$300.
And those are the 3 loans?
That's correct.
Did you ask him back for the money?
We have letters stating we've asked him back, and he said he would pay us when he gets paid, and he has still not paid us back.
Do you have any letter from him acknowledging the loans?
No. We just felt we could trust. We did.
Well, let me see your letters.
The last page is the last demand letter we wrote to him and delivered it, hand-delivered to Stater Brothers.
Okay, Mr. Beaver, let's hear your side of the story.
Your Honor, this fabrication is a wonderful story. It's not exactly at all the way things took place. Joe and Michelle came in as customers. They were turned over to me by another waitress because she didn't feel that she wanted to wait on them. I set about giving them the best service I could. And of course, they enjoyed the service and came back repeatedly. During the course of the year and a half that I waited on them, they began to tip me quite graciously. They exorbitant amounts. Often he would not only tip me on the credit card, he would palm me a check or some money on the side saying, this isn't just for, this is just for you. This isn't for your waiter or for your busboy. This amount is just for you. I would arrive at work, gift baskets of balloons and candy and cakes and cookies would arrive. Some of the things I have here, an electronic organizer, a Swatch Olympic collector's watch. When they went to Vegas, they brought me back gifts. I was always very appreciative of all these gifts, but that's exactly what they were, gifts to me. They were for my service to them. Can I show you this here, Your Honor?
I don't know what it is. Tell me what it is first before you...
An umbrella.
An umbrella. I know what an umbrella looks like.
Okay. This arrived in the mail one day. It's... just even at my house, gifts would arrive and things
We're
like
not
that.
talking about a Swatch watch, and we're not talking about a pocket organizer. She's not suing for that. And
Right,
we're not
exactly.
talking about an umbrella. We're talking about 3 separate cash loans, cash amounts of money that were transferred to you, the last one of which was for $300 when they said they met you at a Taco Bell.
Our fabrications. The only time I ever asked to borrow some money from them, I expressed that I did have some car repair to do. I did mention this to them. They both offered to loan it to me, as they had repeatedly said, if you ever need any help with rides or anything like that. In showing friendship, they did say, feel free to ask us. I denied it at the time, said, no, don't worry about it. The next day, I did call Mr. Engelbretson up. I said, sir, can I go ahead and borrow $200 from you? And he said, well, certainly. I called him back to verify the receiving of the money. That is true. And at that time, he told me that is a gift from Michelle and I. I said, no, I feel that's too much to ask. I want to go ahead and pay you back on this my next payday. No, that's a gift from Michelle and I. Don't you worry about it. That's his exact words. One evening, they called me up. They said, why don't we take you out for a beer and a game of pool? I expressed that I didn't feel I wanted to go out without my girlfriend, Sam. They went ahead and said, we'll go ahead and bring her along, too. Right from the get-go, when she and Mrs. Engelbretson met, she began to give her just looks like you wouldn't believe. She didn't like her. She was rude to her throughout the evening. I left early. We both left early from the event, feeling very uncomfortable. Went home, I called them up, and I expressed to them that if they wanted to talk to me next time, I was on my way to someplace. Why don't they meet me there? I went and I sat down, and I talked with them. I expressed that our friendship had ended because of the way they had treated Sam.
Did that conversation ever take place?
That is incorrect, Your Honor. I didn't like the way she treated Mr. Beaver.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You think she's got a thing for you, Mr. Beaver? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You think that Mr. Engelbretson had a thing?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michelle Engelbretson says waiter Steve Beaver took advantage of her and her husband by not repaying loans. Steve says he was their favorite waiter and they always gave him gifts.
Did you meet with him at a restaurant, in a public place, where he said to you, I don't think we should be friends anymore?
No.
I don't think, because I don't like the way you treated Sam.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't sound logical to me. Why would you have to meet somebody to
because
tell
I
them
was
that?
on my way someplace, Your Honor, and I told them, and that was our meeting at the Del Taco that she refers to. I did not ask to borrow any money. That was our meeting there. At that time, also, they once again tried to get me to go to work for them, kept trying to get Sam out of the picture, and being naive.
Mr. Beaver.
Being naive.
Common sense. Well, I'm not naive, sir. Common sense does not suggest to me that one person would have to meet to discuss the fact with really virtual strangers that they don't want to be their friend anymore. That could be either accomplished by not taking their telephone calls or with some conversation on the phone. Not
really, Your Honor. Not in this case. Not in this case. And we were by this time now. You have to remember, this is a year and a half of her coming in and me waiting on them. At this time, it had become a friendship. I think if you'll even question Sam as to there was something more wanted out of this relationship. Like for the day that she appeared in the parking lot of where I worked and said, you know, I broke up with Joe now. Why don't you call me someday and we can do lunch? Or how she's now employed by the restaurant shop around the corner from where I work. All of a sudden, she works there right now because I'm working right here.
So you think she's got a thing for you, Mr. Beaver? Just a second. You think she's got a thing for you, Mr. Beaver? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You think that Mr. Engelbretson had a thing for you, too?
Well, you know, Your Honor, there's a lot of kinky things that go on in this world. Now that looking back on it, I think there could have been something there.
You talk faster than the last guy I bought a used car from, Mr. Beaver.
Sorry, Your Honor.
You owe her $840. It's my determination that she's telling me the absolute truth, that she and her husband made these loans to you over a period of time, none of which you paid back. I think you're doing a lot of fast talking, Mr. Beaver. I don't know what you needed the money for.
They gave me a CD stereo player. They gave me clothing. They gave me CDs. They gave me gift certificates. Do I pay them back for all this, too? As a waiter, I accept gratuities.
They're not suing you for that, Mr. Beaver. They're not suing you for all the gifts they gave you. Let me tell you why you're whacked up. Because if what you're telling me, sir, is that you thought that there was something strange in all this,
not
when
to the
somebody... Baloney!
Not to the
if you're a waiter and somebody is palming you checks, in addition to leaving you money on the tip, I could see somebody saying, you gave me really extra special service, here's $5.
No, Your Honor.
Extra.
It wasn't like that at all. They gave me more than $5.
No, just a minute. How much more than $5, Mr. Beaver?
They've given me $100 checks as gratuities.
Okay. So, if somebody is giving you $100 checks and you don't think that they have an ulterior motive involved, right? And then you take that money.
No, I don't. I didn't.
You just think that you are a terrific waiter.
That's right. Can I have my witness speak, Your Honor? Here's somebody who tried to tell me all the way along. Sam told me. She said, something's going on here more than meets the eye.
Mr. Beaver, I'm not interested in Sam. I'm interested in you, sir. I'm interested in you.
Right.
Because if your girlfriend is telling you there's something fishy going on here because they're giving you $100 checks in your hand for serving them a bowl of linguine, then what I'm telling you,
more
sir,
than a bowl of linguine.
Whatever it was, and you said to yourself, listen, they're giving it to me.
No.
What am I supposed to do? I'm just going to give it back? I never heard you say, sir, that you took the checks and returned them, or that you took the cash and returned it, right? You never did that.
I never took gratuities because gratuities are what I work for as a waiter. I don't work for free, and when someone hands me something, tells me thank you for the service tonight, we really enjoyed ourselves. You give us wonderful service. That's my job.
And here's an extra $100.
That's right.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $840. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Apologies are excused. You may step out.
They're sick. Both her and her husband are sick. You don't get $100 gift baskets. She's lying through her teeth because this is the only way she can get close enough to him. They're sick. Both her and her husband are sick. You don't get $100 gift baskets. You don't get stereos. You don't get this and that. He said there was something wrong with me. He thought I was jealous. And I'm jealous of this? Look at her.
All of a sudden, a sandwich shop opens right next door, and she's got a job right there. You know, come on, put two and two together. What are we talking about here? I'm being pursued. The calls on the phone. I'm being harassed. I'm being stalked.
I am being just because you look that way doesn't mean her sexual appetite isn't what it is.
I'm sorry. It's a free world to work anywhere you